Hey guys, welcome to El Pilar Orchids. Thanks for checking in. Tonight we're going to look at a couple plants with yellowing leaves. So maybe you've got some orchids with yellowing leaves. We've got a lot of yellow leaves too. So look at why the leaves are yellowing. Hopefully, we don't have all the answers, and some are a bit uncertain, like this guy, the Phalaenopsis hieroglyphica. So we'll chat about this one here in a second. But first of all, the main thing is you have nothing to worry about, most likely. The orchids grow, and as they grow, the older leaves and the older tissues, the nutrients from them can get reabsorbed into the main plant. So that's typically the cause of yellowing in most plants. And we've seen this for our orchids, in the spring when they're really starting to grow again. Of course, like they start putting on new leaves, and you can see one or two of the older leaves start to die back. So that's just completely normal and nothing to worry about. So first of all, just, relax. It's okay. Everything's fine. It's like I tell the dog, chill out. You'll get through it, I promise. And your orchid will make it, hopefully. Let's look at a few orchids and chat about why the leaves are yellowing. Yeah. The leaves will sometimes go yellow. This is a plant that we actually really care about a lot. It's a small seedling, and it is growing a new leaf, so I'm not too awful concerned. This looks a little weird that it's starting, but this is not good in the sense that, the leaf is yellowing and it's really one of the main leaves on the plant. There's only a couple. But at the same time, I think that's, just general normal yellowing. I'm not going to worry about that until I see other signs of damage on the plant. It's a Phalaenopsis gigantea alba seedling. Is what this plant, so a Phalaenopsis, I've got crap all over. We need to dust. You can see even on Paphiopedilums, like here's another one. This is just an older leaf on an older fan that is yellowing, and that's natural dieback. It's the second oldest fan, the one that has always teased us, just with that little red nubbin there. That leaf is dying back, and that's fine. The lights are bright. Another one, right? So it's just normal leaf dieback. Now, sometimes though, where did I put it? Oh, it's right here in front of me. Now, sometimes though, you come across some other kind of leaf yellowing that looks a little weird, and I'm not sure what to make of this. I first thought maybe it was magnesium or calcium deficiency. Probably magnesium was more likely the culprit, and I think one or two people commented the same. They thought maybe similar. But I don't know. We've had older bug infestations in the past couple years, and these leaves are a couple years old. And so I'm just wondering if it's like old damage combined with nutrient deficiency that maybe is causing this weird mottled yellowing in the leaves. That to me does not look normal or healthy. So I am concerned about this sort of yellowing. Now, yeah, like bug yellowing, typically you'll see like little spots and round circles or brown spots that will develop. And of course with, some certain types of scales, you'll see little hard brown growths almost like on the top of the leaves. So we've actually watered this with a little bit extra fertilizer and a higher strength. We've just taken it. We water our catasetums with a double dose fertilizer, water soluble fertilizer, and so we've been hitting this phal with the same levels as our catasetums, which we don't normally fertilize our phals at that high of rate. But I'm like, oh well, we'll see if it's because our fertilizer has extra cal and mag in it, and our water is medium hard, so there it does get. Anyway, it hasn't really responded. It is just dying. It is growing a new leaf, But I think this old spikes, it's been carrying two old spikes that, now we cut the one back and they look kind of like they're yellowing now. So I think this is going into a new period of growth, and I don't expect to see it to bloom for a while. And I expect these two leaves to die off. But I'm not freaking out. I mean, I don't think it's a huge deal. There are other instances where leaves can yellow, of course. Sunburn. Let's see, sunburn. Do I have any examples of sunburn around? I guess I have to go outside. I have to go outside for a sunburn example, I guess. Hold on. Well, okay, right out of the house, right by the steps. It's not really sunburn, but I think this is overexposure. And it's getting yellow, and yeah, this is the Oncidium shari baby. It should be, I think, a bit darker green, maybe for my taste. I don't know. Again, if you don't follow our channel, this has always been kind of a test plant for the last couple of years, and it's definitely showing some signs of stress. So I think that's overexposure. And then, yeah, on the RLC Gulf Green Hair Pig here, the Cattleya family, right? So brighter light plant, but we definitely threw it out in some too high light, I think, too soon, and it really reddened up, and now we've moved it. We had it back inside for a while, and now we've moved it. Anyways, it's been in and out, so we're trying to baby this one along. Yeah, it's definitely reddening up, but I'm not overly concerned. I mean, it's doing okay. The roots are extending. It hasn't started a new growth yet, which most of our RLC have put on new growths already this spring. It's super cold. It's June. I say spring. It's freaking early June, and it's 67 right now. And it's been rainy and barely 67. It's not summer. It's still super cold and wet. Anyway, yeah, so not much sun. All right, so the best example I could find of sunburn is is our Monstera. I can't really find too many orchids. We baby our orchids a lot more. Even the test orchids don't have sunburn, because we live in Germany, but this one does. We took it out. This is just way too cold, way too much sun exposure. We had it and we cooked it over like 2 days when it was sunny. I was like, yeah, we'll throw the Monstera out here. And then, yeah, it totally got roasted. Like blackening and dark. The same can be said for like too cold. We've had that on some of our paths in the winter, when the leaves have touched the window and made contact with the glass of the window, and they burn from the cold, and they turn like this black, kind of in certain spots. It's more like a localized large blackish brown. That's more like expect from high light, like cooking the leaves. But that's not necessarily high light, right? That can also be a combination of high temperatures, because it's really leaf temperature that cooks the leaf and causes that browning and death. It's not the sun, the amount of light necessarily. It's overall temperature of the leaf tissue itself. Anyway, that's way too deep. Anyway, don't stress, right? So you can keep your orchids in high light and maybe stress them out a little bit. And yes, the marginata, one of our newest maxillarias, a new plant to us this year. So while I can't really take full credit for these, I mean, we've had this plant outside for the last 3 months and looking great. It's amazing. It's yeah, maybe 2 months, I guess. But finally blooming, gonna put on a lot more. I wasn't sure at the beginning if it was a bloom or a new growth, but yeah, they're flowers. That's so cool. Love the maxillarias. But they also will put on some leaf yellowing, right? So these guys, of course, with the stress there, just from moving them outside, they have kind of yellowed a few leaves, and even some of the pseudobulbs are kind of looking a little bit more yellow than I'm used to. So that can... Porky, chill out. right? Like your leaves. Don't worry, they're not dying. I know, they're not dying. Can also come from higher light. If the leaves are turning a lighter green or more of a yellow, don't worry. It's okay. Thanks for checking in, guys. We'll see you back here at El Pilar soon.